welcome to My Little Paintbrush. I'm excited you're here with me today. We are going to be painting a chick in an egg. Super cute. I'm Miss Sarah, and together we are going to create this masterpiece. But even though we aren't in the studio together, Miss Sarah's rules still apply. Remember that everyone is unique. We all paint a little bit differently. So be kind to yourself and enjoy the process, okay? Let's get started. First of all, I'm going to grab a large flat brush, something that's going to fill a lot of space pretty quickly. You can also use a smaller flat brush. So if you have something that looks a little bit like this, that's perfect too. Either way, you just want to be able to smooth out your paint as you go. So let's start by putting that brush in some water and loosening up the bristles. I gently tap off the water. Wipe it on my napkin. And here are our colors. Lots of fun Easter colors. As you can see, I've separated my white into piles because I'm going to mix white with all my colors. We love white with acrylics. Makes it a little shiny and also goes on our canvas better. So our chick is yellow. I'm going to start with yellow by mixing this white in with my yellow. Here we go. You can decide how dark or light you want your chick to be. The more white you add, the lighter your chick is going to be, right? Okay, so I'm going to start pretty light. And let's fill in this head. First thing, it's going to get us warmed up. We're going to carefully go around the edges. Such a fun yellow. I love these spring colors. Makes us happy. So I'm going to go along the edge without picking up my brush, if I can help it. All the way around. Staying in the lines the very best we can, right? Okay, let's go around this side. And around. You see how I'm trying not to pick up my brush as I go? Gives me a smooth edge. Okay, now we have our eyes here. I can just paint over those. If you can see your tracing underneath, you can just paint over them. If you're worried about losing it, then don't paint over, okay? You just go around your eyes and your little beak there. But I can still see mine, so I'm just gonna paint right over it. You should be able to too, because yellow is very translucent. You can see through your yellow. Okay, so we're gonna finish up the bottom part of our little chick's head. There we go. And our cheek here, all the way around. Okay, once that head is done, you can go ahead and fill in the top too. And by this, to do this little area, I'm using the toe of my brush. See how I'm using the very tippy point of my brush? It's called the toe. So we're going to use the toe of our brush to fill in that small area. Or you can switch brushes to do it. That's up to you. All right, just going to make sure my head is completely covered. Good work. Okay, now that we have that on and our chin done, we're going to go ahead and paint our little chick's belly. And I'm being really careful not to paint inside my egg. We're going to carefully go around, fill in that space without touching our egg if possible. There we go. All the way up. And our triangle shapes, right? Upside down triangles. There. Fill that in. And come over here to the arm on this side and do the same thing. Careful not to get into our egg. If you do, it's okay. No worries. Okay, got our little chick on there. Now I'm going to put just some yellow on my brush that's not mixed with white and go along the bottom of the chin here. Make that a little bit darker. Give it a little bit of a darker shade so our chick has some dimension. and a shadow under the chin. It's not super noticeable. It's just enough to give us a slight shadow. Okay, you can also take it and put some darker yellow along the cheeks and the head. That way you have some contrast. Okay, there we go. We got our little chick in there. Now while I have some yellow on my brush, I'm gonna put a yellow stripe on my egg right here. Now you have lots of colors, so you can decide where you want to put your stripes. You can change them up. You don't have to do it just like me. But if you want to follow along, I'm going to add my yellow. So if you want to put your yellow here or on the bottom, that's good too. I just wouldn't put my yellow here on the top because our chick is yellow, and if we put the top of our egg yellow, our chick will just blend right in with our egg, right? And we want to make sure our chick stands out. So I would suggest we don't put the yellow next to the chick. Okay, and try and stay in the line. You see how I'm going side to side with my brush? That's what we want to do to help our egg look round. Okay, I'm filling all that space. Trying not to pick up my brush so I get a smooth line. And along the bottom. All right, there we go. We have the yellow on. We'll let that dry for a minute, and now I'm gonna rinse my brush really good so I can get another color for my chick egg here. We're gonna let our chick dry. Rinse out your brush, let that chick sit for a minute and dry, and let's paint some more on our egg using the same brush. I'm gonna use some green next. So let's get some green and mix it with our white. Just lighten it up a little bit. Okay, and I'm gonna paint this stripe on my egg green. And like I said before, if you wanna make this stripe green, you can do that. You can switch this up however you want. You can even make the one right up here green, next to your chick. Totally up to you. Either way, you can paint that right now, anywhere you want. We just wanna be careful when we come up next to our yellow, so we don't mix the colors too much. Try and really keep those separate if we can. Okay, so I'm going to go along this line, trying not to pick up my brush, and give us a smooth stroke all the way across. And there we go. So cute. This is going to be super cute. I love this little egg. We're going to come all the way up to the edge. Fill it in. Trying to keep that shape. Trying not to paint outside, but we have our background to do still. So if you get a little bit outside your egg, that's all right. You just cover it up with your background color here in a minute. Okay, so make sure you have enough paint on there. And you love it before we move on. Okay. Looks pretty good, guys. Okay, so we have that stripe done. I'm gonna rinse my brush really good. Every time we switch colors, we wanna make sure our brush is rinsed. Double check it, shake off the water. All right, my next color for my egg is going to be pink. Now pink is created by mixing red and white together, but we need to use a tiny bit of red and a lot of white to get pink. See that? I'm gonna turn this so you can see it a little better. Okay, so I'm mixing a lot of white with my red to get that pink. You really gotta use a tiny bit of red, unless you want red. Okay, if you wanna just put red on your egg, you have that option too. You don't have to make it pink like me. You could just do it red and it'll look super cute. So I'm gonna take my pink and fill in the bottom part of my egg. We gotta use the toe of our brush if you have a bigger brush like me to do the smaller areas, okay? If you have a smaller brush, you might not need to use the toe so much. I'm gonna try really hard to go all the way around my egg here without picking it up to get that smooth edge. There we go. And then fill it in. Make sure you get all the way next to that yellow without getting too much pink in your yellow. That can be a little tricky. Let's do our best. Good work. Okay, now we're going to paint the top part of our egg next to our chick. So we've got to slow down, right? As we get really close to our chick, we don't want to paint in our yellow if we can help it. Let's go all the way around here. Nice and slow against the line of our green. Good. That's tricky stuff. Okay, let's do our triangles. Up and down, giving ourselves that smooth little edge there. Now as I go around my chick, I'm going to try not to pick up my brush as I do my triangles. Go straight up and back down. Up and down. And do them each individually like that, and then you can smooth out your paint in just a minute. Okay, the key is though to try not to pick up that brush as you go up and down. You get a smoother triangle result. Okay, so up and back down, just like that. Get each of those little triangles filled. Takes a little bit of patience, right? One more right here. Go up and back down. Up. Okay. I'm going to follow it all the way down and make sure I have all of my triangles covered. You can do this all in one sweep if you have enough paint on your brush. If not, you might have to do them individually, and that's perfectly fine. All right, I like it. Make sure you smooth out any streaks you might have in your paint. Remember to go in the smiley face motion as you go. Paint smiley face shapes here. That way your egg looks more round with your brush strokes. Okay, all right, we have our egg completely filled in. Good work, guys. Let's rinse our brush. Really good. Make sure it's super clean. Nice. Okay, now let's put that brush down. I'm going to switch brushes. I'm now going to use a smaller brush like this, dip it in my water, loosen my bristles, and I'm now going to use some orange to paint in our chick's mouth. But as usual, we're adding a little bit of white to our orange, right? We're going to brighten up our orange a little bit. Okay, so I'm mixing in my white. Now we can go directly to our little beak here and fill it in. Orange and yellow are friends, so if you painted your beak yellow, totally good. You just go right over the top of it with your orange, and we're going to fill in that little beak. Once again, I'm trying not to pick up my brush as I go around all those little corners, right? And I mixed white with my orange. I want this orange a little lighter because in a second I'm going to show you how to get the edges of our beak a darker orange. Now if you went straight orange on your beak, that's perfectly fine too. No worries. All right, so we have our beak. Let's smooth it out. Cute. Okay, I'm rinsing my brush. Make sure it's really clean. And we're going to move on to black. Let's put some black in our eyes. I'm using the same brush. I'm going to get some black on it right here. Okay, load it up. And let's paint our eyes in. We're going to be really careful to try and fill in that shape. Nice and smooth if we can. See how I have my brush here and I'm coming up and around. I'm using my wrist and my fingers to move my brush without picking it up. Super tricky, guys. Good practice though. I love to see you practicing that and getting your wrist used to moving around without picking it up. Okay, let's do the other eye now. Fill that in. Once again, I'm going to try going around without picking up my brush. All the way around. There we go. Sometimes our eyes are different. They're not exactly the same, right? That is perfectly okay. If you get a drip like that, push it back up. You don't want it dripping into your cute painting. Okay, we're gonna come around. Good work. Sometimes I have to hold my canvas when I'm doing circles or ovals. It's kind of hard to do it when it's sitting up like this, but it's good practice to try. Okay, so I'm just gonna make sure my eyes are kind of the same here. Widen that a little bit. Whew, don't forget to breathe. There we go, pretty cute. All right, let's let those eyes dry for a minute, then rinse our brush. We're just gonna let this chick sit for just a second and paint our background. So let's switch brushes. We want a bigger brush to fill in all that space. Double check, make sure it's clean. We want this brush super clean for when we're painting our background, so rinse it out. I'm using a larger flat brush, and my background is purple. So I'm gonna take my purple and white here, mix them together. The more purple you add, the darker your background will be. I want mine pretty light, so I have a lot of white with mine. Okay, I'm gonna mix it just like that. And I don't mix my background color too much. I like to have swirls in it, like ice cream or yogurt, just different swirls, see that? And that way I get streaks in my painting, and I love streaks. So I'm gonna leave those swirls in my purple, just like that. Let's pick it up, go for it. Just fill in that space. Now you have a canvas with sides that you can wrap and paint the sides. So don't forget to do that. It finishes up your painting and makes it look so clean and ready for the wall or to display anywhere you like. So reach around and reach on top of your canvas up here, paint the top. Okay, paint the sides and the bottom as you go. There we go. I like to paint my edges as I get closer to my chick. I'll show you how I fade it out. But I do my edges first and work my way towards the center, keeping my edges darker than the center. Okay, so here we go. We got our top done, all of our sides. Now that I'm getting closer to my chick, I'm going to add some white just to the corner of my brush like that. See that white on there? Okay, and I'm going to put the white towards my chick so that it's a lot brighter next to my chick than on the rest of my canvas. And we got to slow down, make sure we fill in that space very carefully, because you just spent a lot of time creating that chick, right? So we want to slow down right here, put the white towards your chick, and we're going to go up and down on the egg as well, filling in that space. And you're going to see I have white streaks in my painting, and I'll leave those there. Okay, it fills in any of that negative space. I just leave those white streaks, just like that. Okay, we're going to go around our egg with the white facing my egg. There we go. So now it's a lot lighter next to my egg than it is around the edges of my canvas. Okay, there we go. Let's do this side. Keep filling it in. Let those white strokes be as we go around this side. Okay. Go around this head really real carefully. Almost did it. Let's finish up here. I'm going to slow down and go around this little cheek. And up the other side. Okay. All the way around. There you go. So you can cover up any yellow that you may not want there just by following the edge with your white. Okay, now I have white on my brush and I'm going carefully up and down my egg here, right along in a triangle shape to fill in that space. Up and down. There we go. Going down the side of your egg here, finish it off. Good work. That took a little bit of time, huh? Okay, now that we have that done, here's the tricky part. We've got to come up here to the top of our little hair, sticking up and go around using the toe of our brush or a smaller brush if you want. Carefully going around that chick's fun hair up there, little twigs, all the way around here. There we go. Use the toe of your brush if it's a little tricky. Remember, let your brush stand up. There you have it. All right. Now if you want, you can put a little bit of white on your brush and just add those fun streaks around your chick to fill in any space you might want. Okay, and let's let that dry for a minute. Good work. If you didn't check your sides or the top or the bottom, make sure you do that really quick before we move on. And we're gonna rinse our brush. We get to do some finish up work now. And this part's kind of fun. I like to do this. It's called dry brushing. We want to rinse our brush really good and wipe it on our napkin. Make sure it's clean. Okay. And this helps our egg look a little more round. So I have my flat brush now. I'm going to put the tip of it here in some white and wipe some of it off on the edge of my plate. Okay. I'm going to come here to my egg and press and flick in a circle motion. Okay, and when you do that, you're going to see that it's just adding a little bit of white and making it look more round. And a little bit on the very tip of your brush. Wipe some of it off if you feel like you have too much. And just flick around your egg. Okay, just adding a little highlight. So I have a little bit on the tip of my brush again. And we're going to put some right here in our egg as well. Just flick it around. Remember, if you don't love it and feel like you have too much white, you can always paint back over it super easily. I'm going to put a little bit of my green right here too. We're just going to flick it around just like that. I'm going to come up here to the top of my egg and take what's left of my brush, just add it in there too. So cute. You can make it more white if you want, but I like it just like that, so I'm gonna stop. Okay, good job. Good flicking. We have fun doing that dry brush technique every once in a while. So now I'm gonna take my brush and set it down. We're gonna move on to our beak again. So I'm switching brushes back to a small detail brush, not detail, this is a flat. Pardon me, we are switching to a smaller flat brush. Okay, make sure you put it in your water and loosen it up. Now our beak is already painted a light orange. I'm gonna put some dark orange on my smaller brush. See how I've just put it on the corner? This orange isn't mixed with any white. It's just orange. I'm gonna follow the very edge of my beak with that dark orange. You see how it just really makes our beak stand out a little more and keeps the center lighter? Okay, so I'm going to go all the way around my beak with this dark orange, just like that. There we go. And now the center remains lighter. If you want to put a little more paint in the middle,
If you feel like it needs more to cover it, you can, or you can just leave it alone. It's super cute, just like that. Just made your beak brighter in the middle and darker on the edge. Good job. Okay, let's rinse our brush. We're gonna do some finishing work. I'm now gonna use my detail brush. It's really small and really good for small lines. So let's put some white on our detail brush and load that up. Your eyes should be dry now, okay? They should be dry. So if your eyes are dry or not dry, you want to leave it alone for a second. Okay, mine still is a little wet right here, so I'm not going to do it yet. We're going to do some highlighting first. I'm going to come to the top of the head and let's add a little bit of a rainbow shape there. Just some highlighting there and the top of our hair, just like that. Anywhere you think the light might be touching. Just adds a little bit of extra to it, right? I noticed that right there, my background covered my hair. So I'm just gonna go right back over it with some yellow real quick. Okay. Now that we have that highlighting done, I'm going to go back to my eyes with my white. And let's put that white shine in our eyes. Okay, this is in kind of a smiley shape. You're just going to start right here at the corner and come around over your black and stop. Okay, let it be just like that. We're going to come to the other side and do the same thing. I'm going to come right about here, go around the side and up just a little higher there and let it fade out. And there's your cute little eyes. Okay, that side seems a little higher, so all you have to do is come back over here, match it up, just like that. Awesome. Super cute. Let's rinse our brush. Really good. And let's add some little eyebrows to our chick. We have some orange paint over here. I'm going to put a little bit of orange on my detail brush, come right up here, and give our chick some eyebrows. Just going to make a little bit of a rainbow shape. One there. Okay. And one right here on the other side. So cute. Love it. Rinse your brush. Really good. I touched that right there. Let's put my white right back over it. All right. Good work. Let's flip our brush around and get a chocolate chip. I like to use my biggest brush right here. Flip it around and get some little dots on it like this. See, I got a good chocolate chip right there. I'm gonna put a little sparkle in my chick's eye. There we go. All right, now let's let those little eyes dry for a minute. Just let them be. Let them dry. Okay, we're gonna set that brush down, wipe off the back so you don't poke yourself with white. Let's grab our detail brush, and while our eyes are drying, we're gonna use our detail brush to do any outlining we'd like. Now, some of you don't like to outline, and you don't have to, okay? This is just something you can do if you'd like to take the time. I'm gonna use my detail brush to do it. When you outline your chick, it's just gonna help him or her stand out a little bit more. So I'm gonna take my detail brush now and just follow the edges of my chick. And just remember that when you're using your detail brush, it takes practice to get these lines. Everyone's lines are gonna look a little different. Some of us will have thicker lines and some of us will have thinner lines. They're both awesome. They're just different. It's good practice to try. And no matter what you do here, your chick is just gonna stand out a lot more when you outline it. Okay, so we have to carefully follow our chick's head here all the way around. And the goal is to have enough water in your black that you can do a long streak like that without picking up your brush. That's the goal. Takes a little bit of practice, but you can do it. So I added quite a bit of water to my black so I can go all the way around without picking up my brush. Okay, I'm going to do the head right here and try and get it in one stroke all the way around, just like that. And see how it just helps our chick stand out a little bit there against the purple. Go around our cheek. Ooh, got some orange on my hand there. That's an easy fix. Okay, let's go all the way around this little chin. Whew, without picking it up. Okay, let's put our belly in right here. Just following your line all the way around. Just like that, and the arm. Let's do this side too. And the arm over here. All right, I really got some orange on my hand there. All right, let's keep going. You can always go back and touch things up. Okay, we're gonna do our egg here. I'm gonna do each little triangle up and down with our detail brush. Outline that egg. Takes a little bit of concentration and slowing down, right? To get all these little spots up and down. Keep going. This is a good way to practice though, not picking up your brush. These smaller little strokes, straight up and straight down, right? Let's do the edge here. Not picking up our brush. All right, now that we have all the little triangles done, we can follow our egg around. So we're gonna start by going down here. I'm gonna go as far as I can without picking up my brush, and then start right up again where my line is. And keep going. Whoop. Let's do this side now to meet it. If you feel like your paint is too thick, add some water to it. Remember, that helps get a smoother result. See how I'm starting to lose my paint right there? So I'm going to add some water, and that will help me be able to do it a lot smoother. Okay, let's meet up our lines now. There we go. All the way around. Good work. That was tricky. All right, one last thing to do on our beak here. We're going to come up with our outlining and outline this little beak and put a smile. And once again, you don't have to outline your beak if you don't want to. All right? All the way around there. I'm trying to go around without picking up my brush. Back up. There we go. Got that peak on there. Let's add a little smile and give our chick a smile. So starting right here, we're just going to come down and match the bottom of our beak with a smile. Isn't that cute? Ooh, good work. That was tricky. Okay, let's rinse our brush really good. Make sure it's super clean. And if you have anything like this, like I did, if you put your hand in your orange and got some paint on there, no big deal. Just make sure you grab some yellow and cover it up. Okay? You just want to make sure you have white in your paint. Anytime something like that happens, just put some white in your paint and cover it right up. Same thing here on my red. Just gonna cover it up. No big deal. Super easy to fix. There we go, guys. Okay. Final touches here. Rinsing my brush. We're gonna switch to our biggest brush here. Okay, we wanna use the back of it. Flip it around again, get that chocolate chip with our white paint. I guess it's white chocolate chip, huh? Okay, and we're gonna put little dots on our cute little chick's nose. However hard you push is how big your dot will be. All right, I'm gonna add a couple here around the top, just to add some light to our painting, right along the head. I'm doing 3 to 4. You can add as many as you want. I have some here around my little cheek. Okay, now let's put some inside our egg. That's kind of fun to do. I've got 4 there. Come over here in our green and add a couple. And you see how as I go, my dots get a little bit smaller. I'll put some in our white, just like that. Okay, that's pretty cute. Add the dots anywhere else you would like on your painting. And guys, you finished up. You did it. I'm gonna set my brush down now that I've wiped it off. Add any details you'd like and more light if you want it on there. But I'm going to complete my painting by putting my signature on it because we worked really hard. And as artists, we wanna make sure we sign our work. So pick a color on your plate, any color you like, and we encourage you to sign it. I'm gonna pick white, just to change things up. I usually sign in black, but because it's Easter and spring, I'm gonna sign it with white. Choose your favorite color, find a fun spot. You can follow your painting with your signature, find a nice little corner to put it in, or some negative space. You can even sign it on the back. Lots of fun places to sign your name. But be sure to display this piece because it's the cutest little chick I've ever seen. Good work, guys. We hope to see you really soon in our studio. Until then, keep painting. See you later.